This video is sponsored by Bessa Boutique. Be sure to stay tuned for info on a toy and gift card giveaway.
Red and black I dress, eagle on my chest. It's good to be an Albanian. Got my head up high for the flag I die. I'm proud to be an Albanian. I'm not gonna lie, patriotism can tend to scare people off if a country gets a little too excited about where they live. Context, I'm American. But this guy is really selling this whole be an Albanian thing. Maybe I should tap in. Apparently even Drake has made references to the geopolitical situation between Albania and Serbia, making it the only political topic he's ever spoken on. Hi again, guys. And that black and red on the Albanian flag did make me think of something else. Playboi Carti has been on my mind because of his recent album release, and the topic of today's video is Rule 34 comments for the billionth time. So, morbid curiosity required I look up his name on the website. Surprisingly, there were results, which isn't the surprising part. It's that while there were results, there was never Rule 34 of Carti himself. Just people doing bits about him. Artists putting pictures of him up on the wall, sticking his tongue out, being a voyeur to whatever two fictional characters were getting it on. And it's nice to see that the same type of Carti brain rot on Twitter makes it to those comment sections. Is that Playboi Carti? Why is Carti there? You have all the lyrics to one of his songs in the bunch, which is pretty cool. Whole lot of red, one shot to the head. God, these comments were made years ago. The Whole Lot of Red Deluxe was the last thing these guys got burned by. I Am Music wasn't even a thought in their head for Carti to lie to them about. Also, you should know that it doesn't matter where you try to run, you will never escape fandom discourse. Not even cross-fandom discourse, and especially not on Rule 34. So they don't show Chief's face, and Doom Guy is somehow taller than Chief? 0 out of 10. I don't know why you expect them to show Chief's face, as if his whole thing isn't being a faceless protagonist. Don't tell the TV show that. Imagine the other guy commenting only watched the Halo TV show. He has a face, I saw it on the screen! I just thought it would be funny if they did. Also, Doom Guy is 6'8", and Chief is around 7'2". Feel like that should have been conveyed more. I'm with Hamster. I can buy Doom Guy having bigger hands, but he should be shorter than Chief. Chief would still happily sub, though. You know, at least one of these guys knows how to circle it back around to the topic at hand. The first 3 comments could have been pulled right out of a power scaling subreddit. Fastest way to get a pussy looking like the Sahara. Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry. Of John Halo, I wanted to tell you about today's sponsor,
Bessa Boutique.
Bessa has a collection of high quality and outer versatile power level toys. Their mission is to empower everyone over the age of majority to explore their free. And to help you with that, they are giving away free toys or gift cards for toys to every person who signs up for the giveaway. They also have a policy that if your dog destroys your toy, like dogs do to anything you accidentally leave on a shelf they can reach, Bessa will replace it with no charge except you sending a picture of your dog to them. One of their signature products is the Ultra Blow. You'll have to go to the description if you want to see this thing in its full beauty, but it's state-of-the-art in its field, and it moves, wildly. Holy shit. Like, the way this is moving is no joke. It not only goes up and down, but it spins at the end at the same time, and it has 8 speeds that you can enjoy at your own pace for the Ultra experience. Another of their products is the Halo 2, which brings tons of improvements over the original Halo. It's gooning evolved, you might say. The Halo 2 is stronger and quieter than the original, rocking your shit even harder, but making it much easier to hear yourself squirming. It comes with 5 different speed settings, so you can find what's best for you, as well as for your partner if you have one of these. The Halo 2 is designed to enhance intimacy and let both people involved in doing the deed hit new heights of dopamine, helping to increase stamina for their wearer with stimulating feedback. Better yet, the Halo 2 is durable, easy to clean, waterproof, and is eco-friendly with a rechargeable battery. Do your part to help the planet and keep those disposable lithium batteries out of a landfill. Bessa has worldwide shipping and is discreet on both your bank statement and in the packaging. So if you're interested and a legal adult, everyone who signs up at the first link in the description will get a massive discount, and a few lucky folk will win a completely free toy. Who wants me to deliver food to them for $2? I mean, I might as well. That's probably more than Amir over here would have gotten if I bought food through the app. These days, in this economy, it costs like $40 and a 7-carat blood diamond to get Chipotle ordered to your door, only for that delivery guy to get paid in food stamps. But if I cut out the middleman by organizing a delivery on a third-party site like Rule 34, I pay less total and the driver gets more. I also continue to love the sincerity with which people will engage in discussions in these comment sections. By virtue of what the site is meant for, people don't, or at least shouldn't, take themselves so seriously, because if you're commenting on a post, you've already copped to your most embarrassing interests, so you might as well have fun doing it. Why is Angel speaking British? I'm gonna rip your balls off and eat them. Super Shadow 127, it's not British, it's a New Yorker accent. So are we just gonna ignore the eating your balls thing? Actually, you're all fucking stupid, he's not speaking at all. That's letters on an image. Get fucked. British and New Yorker accents are very close, because because Britain had such influence on the New England area. New Yorkers don't pronounce their R's, and neither do Brits because they're both non-rhotic. I probably said that wrong. It's the threads like these where you end up learning something, like maybe the skills to solve a problem on your math assignment your bum-ass professor, whose job it is to teach you this stuff, sucks at explaining. Maybe it's an interesting tidbit from history you never knew about, or even linguistics and etymology. These discussions can act as a really healthy jumping-off point for further education on a topic too. Like on the language bit, you've probably heard that the American Southern accent is supposedly the closest to the original British accent there is, when it actually had many different influences. It shares common ancestors with the general American dialect as you know it, as well as being shaped by several African languages, among other influences. Hey, thanks for trying to spread the gospel. Oh my god, this is like one of those Christian copy pastas that have been all over TikTok recently. They are spreading so fast that TikTok comments are going meta about how to praise Jesus post-ironically. Now the thing's broken containment completely and has ended up in a place I never wanted to see it. God bless. Although some people go on here to simply draw or share art, I might have believed that if it was about E621, like you got people just posting unironic Mass Effect 3 tutorials over there. But on Rule 34, there is no such thing as a goon-free participant. The human body is a beautiful thing, and sex is natural, and is one of the reasons humanity was created by God. Wait, is this saying God low-key wanted us to fuck? I've never thought much about intelligent design, but if the intent was for us to have sex, then I have failed the Lord miserably. Jesus died on the cross for all of us to go to paradise. God bless, and please leave these poor artists alone. I can only imagine they were replying to someone trying to shame people for being on Rule 34, even posting there, and I respect what they did here, defending people in this life as naturally flawed beings, and that being okay. That said, this type of guy is a pretty active subgroup of Rule 34 users, come to think of it. Oh look, there's another one now. This guy was shaming people for doing photo roleplay, a niche they seem to have a strong personal vendetta against, because in response, they posted all of Genesis, like from the Bible. It almost reads like they're saying, God, it's gone too far. I've seen the cum inflation. Start over. This is not from God. This is not from God. Civilians in the Mandela catalog be like, you guys will meet God, as if anyone on here is looking for God. Well, as we just saw, there are absolutely people, not here just to find God, but those willing to actively spread his word in a place like this. Hey, the site has a diverse crowd. Some would say that's what makes the community so strong. We are different in our own ways, but united by the shared need to goon. Honestly, Christians on Rule 34 could be its own video. Let me know if you guys want me to go down that rabbit hole. She bending my machine till I ink. This would be funny, but it's funnier that I'm pretty sure the person who submitted this did so without realizing that the first comment is literally a joke I came up with. I did it on stream like years ago when playing Bendy and the Ink Machine, and then ran the thing into the ground by reusing it all the time. It was a one-liner tweet that did well, a stream title on like 3 or 4 separate occasions, and a whole second channel video. Is also the notification I sent out for all of those. If you think that line's corny, you're correct. Tough shit, man. I already got all the milk I could out of it. Why are we in the point of view of a cockroach coming out of a drain pipe? Probably like those cameras that are literally in a cat's food bowl over in China. You are the POV of the food getting eaten. Reminds me of that one time my kid in my class pissed because the teacher denied access to the toilet. Despite that, I give this post a 10 out of 10. To this day, it is still safer and somehow more amusing to live in ignorance of what the hell prompted someone to say that shit. It must have been good if, despite kicking up the memory of a classmate's pissed pants, it's still a 10 out of 10. Either that or this fella is into some niche shit that it's hard to find any content for, where you gotta take what you can get. A kid in my old class literally didn't ask soon enough to go to the toilet. He first peed his pants and then asked. But even worse, it was during one school trip. We slept on some weird farmhouse and that one guy pees on his sheets. Now everybody's gotta smell it. At that point, why even bother asking? Your pants are already pissed. You might as well finish pissing. I would let the pants on my legs get darker and wait for someone else to notice on the route. I would not be bringing attention to myself by asking the teacher if I can go to the bathroom after already using the bathroom from the comfort of my desk. Oh, thank God. She said, yes, I can go. Now I can stand in front of everybody so they get full 360-degree coverage of my soiled Rick Owens jeans. What the hell is wrong with me? I didn't even want to fap, and I did. I only really need it to help with sleep, and it's 3 p.m. What am I doing? I need to clean my room. I need to stop gooning and find some real happiness instead of forcing it through pumping my hot dog like a mindless slave. God left me in a shadow a long, long time ago when a friend showed me adult content. I wish I could break his nose. Now I spend my days looking at this. Alright, this seems genuinely desperate, so I'm gonna give you some actual free game. I understand using a good wank as a replacement for melatonin, but if you really need help sleeping, try those melatonin gummies 30 minutes before bed and see if they help you fall asleep before you take your underwear off. 2. Buddy, you're in what we call a positive feedback loop, where the actions in the loop are self-reinforcing. It's a vicious cycle, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
What you need to do is break the loop. You're probably going to end up repeating the process in your life, so change an element of the cycle. Alter the equation that's tearing your life apart. For example, how about you're still allowed to keep beating it whenever you want, but you set a rule, at least for the next week or two, give it a try, that if you do want to rub one out, you have to use your imagination. No Rule 34 allowed. Perhaps you can do it just fine using your imagination, and boom, you're not looking at Gooner stuff all day. Or maybe you decide it's not worth the trouble to touch your willy if you have to storyboard the whole thing yourself ahead of time. Give either one of these a shot, or don't. I don't control you. Yeah, I'm normally into poop constipation, but this is just way too far and overdone to me. A little scary, even. Just a little? I don't even know what part of being constipated could get someone going, much less how bad it can get to make someone into that shit, literally, recoil in horror. It's trying its hardest to be hot, but this dude looks like Patrick Star. And? What's so bad about that? I think you're mad that Patrick is a realistic portrayal of an unemployed 30-something-year-old. A lot of people look like him. So what? I swear, Gooner Brain has ruined some people's perception of the human body. Patrick has belly fat. Most people do. He has realistic proportions. And the only part of his body that's exaggerated for the camera is his gigantic ass, which the show goes to great lengths to make clear Patrick attained through exercise and hard work. It doesn't say this is his baseline body or that he took shortcuts like surgery. Patrick is some of the most body-positive representation in media, man. Remove the dick and the tits, and this would actually be some pretty cool fan art. Love this. Asexual Drake. No dick, no balls, just platonic vibes. I feel like there are a lot of art pieces on Rule 34 that could have a radio-friendly edit with no nudity and clothes that don't stick to you like a symbiote and do well on other platforms. That said, I think something is no less qualified as art from the addition of cock and balls. They were created with the same tools that I use to make YouTube thumbnails. Why do they put music in adult content? I'm trying to bust a nut, not bust a move. Bruh, why do we put music on anything? To set a mood, goddamn! Why do you think Drake called that album Some Sexy Songs for You? It's 20 plus tracks of music you're supposed to be fucking to, no matter how much it makes you want to do anything other than fuck. Sex playlists in general are pretty common, and people have odd picks in there. Like that one guy who thrusted to the rhythm of Seabat. To me, as long as the music is tonally appropriate and justifies its presence in the body of work, I can rock with it. It's all about the context, man. Adam Sandler's Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, if you're familiar with enough of Adam Sandler's work, this isn't as weird as it might sound. There's this movie Adam Sandler stars in called Uncut Gems. It was produced by the Fart House movie studio A24, and it's basically having a good time simulator, as in Good Time the movie, both of which were directed by the Safdie brothers. One of the smartest and best experiences you can have in life is get really high and watch Uncut Gems. It's such a relaxing experience. Don't look it up, just do it. Some people have said Meet the Grahams is like the music equivalent of watching Uncut Gems, so why couldn't there be a video game version? With Adam Sandler involved too? Oh, that sounds great. Don't tell them, but I may have laced their shit with Fent. Why? What are these sound effects, LMAO? I have $2 in an air fryer. What more do you want? You know what I want? I want you to get creative, you slob. An air fryer is so versatile. It can make so many different sounds, you should be able to soundtrack a whole Call of Duty game with it. And you have $2? Do you know how much you can rub those together? Like, do you know the stupid shit they did to get the sound of a lightsaber? The fools they made of themselves deciding what a laser sword should sound like. No? Well, me neither. And I wouldn't tell you if I did. Go figure it out. There are certainties in life, like death, taxes, and the post-P chill. And similarly, there are constants that never change in more niche topics, like community moderation. It doesn't matter where you are. If an online platform has any sort of rule set that needs to be enforced, moderators and people who aren't even in charge of running anything will not agree on how it should be done. For some reason, this post has subliminally different contrast to the original post, but I think it still counts as a repost nonetheless, so I'm going to report it as such. Okay, you fucking hall monitor? The last thing I'd want to be seen as in the Rule 34 dedicated comment section is a fucking teacher's pet. Not that I'd want to be caught in that comment section at all, and not that you would be able to catch me, because I never go there. I simply get the content from these videos secondhand from you guys. But it's like, I understand the need for enforcing the rules, but cataloging your actions like, I'm going to report it as such, it makes me want to stick your head in a urinal and flush it, force you to eat a urinal cake. Did anyone want you here? Probably not, but I needed to write that. Thanks, bud. I am objectively better off now than I was before reading the thing that you had to write. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Thanks again to Bessa Boutique for sponsoring this video. If you enjoyed, this card on screen will take you to another one like it. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.